I obviously came from the mall, and I just accomplished what a lot of Americans do in today's society. According to a book written by James Farrell, the average American visits the mall 3.2 times a month. That seems like a lot of time for me, especially, well, maybe just because I like it, but that just seems like a lot. So today, I'll explain to you some of the reasons why we all love to shop. After reading a couple of books about shopping, and of course by doing so myself, I feel like I can provide a lot of general experience and some good data. As I'm sure I'm not the only one that shops. I know you've all visited the mall before, and you've all obviously been to like stores and your favorite stores and all that kind of thing. Therefore, today I'll discuss how we shop in order to show our uniqueness and to reward ourselves, and as well we use shopping as a social gathering. From the book that I was reading, it's called Why We Shop from Jim Cooler. There's this chart that I found, and it pretty much goes with my structure of my whole entire speech. So it talks about the new shopping hierarchy. And it pretty much states just a different, how there's different criteria for everyone how they shop. And believe it or not, the least amount of reasons why we shop are survival necessities. So like, we don't normally shop for, like toilet paper. Who thinks about going to the store to shop for toilet paper, right? You go just to like, go buy a new shirt or some new jeans you saw or some shoes that were cute. Which I think is pretty funny. But the first reason I would like you to know is shopping helps us identify who we are. Like I mentioned before, we shop for clothes rather than like our necessities. So in today's society, people define themselves through their shopping. We define or even categorize each other, and we label ourselves due to the brands we wear to the accessories we use. And I have a picture that shows that. So I found this picture in the magazine, and it's talking about it shows all the different brands and clothing that Sears offers. And to me, it sends the message that there's these different categories that each person can wear. So like this girl is like the hippie girl or the skater's girl. So that's how we define ourselves through our shopping. So our clothing and our shoes and our purses, even the cars we drive, it all shapes our personality and how we present ourselves to each other. So after learning that people identify each other by shopping, I want to explain that we use shopping as a reward system for a tough week or just like a long testing or studying review session for a test. So we all experience stress over school, even work, or some just, for whatever the reason may be. Well, do you think that after such a hard work, such a long week of work, or just like I said, studying, don't you deserve a reward? Don't you deserve to get something in return? Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. So how do we do this? We obviously shop, and we usually buy something special, something significant that'll boost up our energy and just say, okay, so I did it, I deserve this. And Fuller claims that there appears to be a psychological need for people who pat themselves on the back as they go about their business. So it's as if what you did is not only good enough, but you need a reward for it, and you need something satisfactory enough. I mean, even after a long day of work, you wake up in the morning and you go to work, you're like, man, I'm tired. You go afterwards and you buy yourself a cup of coffee, and that's a lot. And since you now know how the act of shopping is considered to help a person discover their personality and how it's used to reward themselves, now I want you to know how shopping is used as a social event. The process of shopping is not just looking for and finding the goods that you want. It is also a means to get together with your peers, with your friends and family, or even your significant other. By shopping, you are able to spend quality time with your loved ones. And here's this article, or this flyer that came to my house just last night, and I thought it was pretty interesting because it's from Old Navy, and it's how they're kind of comparing the mannequins to us people, and how we gather to go shopping with our family or just to grab a cup of coffee. And it's pretty funny because that's what we normally do. When you go to a store, you don't go by yourself unless you need the basic things that you need for like the next day. When you're gonna go shopping for like your prom dress, girls, we always go with like our friends and like, because you need people to give you advice and you need opinions, or even just to buy the family car. You're not just going to go by yourself without the family because it's for the family. So that's what we use shopping as a social event. And in the book, Why We Shop, it states that many people will go shopping in the company of others as a form of emotional support. So like I mentioned, it's to have someone who can give you your opinion or just say, you know what, don't do it, it's a bad idea. And as a conclusion, today I have mentioned reasons why we go out to purchase our belongings. One, because shopping defines our personality. Shopping helps reward ourselves, and when we shop, we interact with our loved ones. So even when you never thought of like why the reasons you were there in the store or why you were at a specific place, the need for the newest video game or the need for like that cute little purse you saw, it's all because your psychological theory, and you basically all you want is to be there and to be with the ones you want, and you also want to reward yourself for that tough week. So there are quite a few other reasons why, as a nation, America can't stop shopping today, but these were just the three main topics. Thank you.
All right, Catherine.
Overall, I really enjoyed it, actually. I thought your thesis was clear, very, very lucid, and your transitions were good from, you knew exactly, your organization was good at it. How you transition from point to point was pretty clear and interesting, and you really got a visual about every single point that you had, and I thought that was good, and they were pretty effective too. They really, I thought they added a lot to your speech, and you used primarily one source, I think, of Why We Shop. You probably could use more, but I thought what you took from that one source was you integrated it really nicely, and you also you cited it. I thought that was good.
They really liked your evaluation, too. Look at all the applause. All right. I kind of appreciated the package as the attention device. I like the statistic that went along with it. I thought that makes it a little bit more effective. It identifies the topic pretty well. Your goals, okay. I'm not sure that we really need that explanation until you get to the outline of what the supporting points are going to be. And then I can see that it's a little bit more analytical, and so maybe rephrasing the thesis would work better, because it's not just about why we shop. You're going to talk about what the theories are behind why we shop. You're going to explain the theories, particularly from this one work. And I think that that's really what the focus of the speech ought to be. You had an excellent setup of what the contents are going to be, and so that's pretty solid. There are a couple of places where you cite the text and the author, but I didn't think you did that very consistently. And on the second point, for instance, there are a lot of hypothetical examples that you're using, and that's all we get on that point. And I think you need a little bit more than that. So you probably need some more diversity in your research, and for the analysis, quote the analysis and then give us the hypothetical. You kind of give us the hypotheticals or the examples. Sometimes we get the analysis, but not always. The visual materials, like I said, the attention device stuff was fine. The poster's a little bit awkward. That's something that you needed to have more control over. It might have worked better, that hierarchy that you had, if you'd put that on a transparency and visualize it for us so that we could see in what relationship those individual points that you're talking about fit into. And I know that you just got that ad right at the end, like you said yesterday, but it was kind of hard to pick out the mannequins. I'm sitting pretty close, and distinguishing between the mannequins and pictures of people in that visual is really hard to do, and that's something that needed to be a little bit bigger as a consequence. But you had excellent audience contact and nice vocal projection, and I like the summary and exit. All right, thank you.